morning, everyone. It is 7 a.m. and very early for me. We today are going to be talking and doing a review on the Maybelline Green Edition Super Drops. This is a tinted oil. Looks like this. I know that a lot of people right now have done reviews on it. I think that they probably came out about 2 to 3 months ago. I'm really late to the party. But it looked very interesting and you guys wanted more foundation reviews, so I definitely wanted to pick up something that was very interesting because it's an oil but it dries down to a powder. I did do a swatch yesterday just to kind of feel out the color because the color range is very, very, very small and kind of weird. So I did get the lightest shade. We're going to hope that this actually goes with my skin tone, and we're gonna go with a primer underneath that I know is tried and true. I've done so many different foundations with this primer and I know it works for me, so I wanted to go with something that I knew was going to work. I didn't want to go with a new primer as well. And what I'm talking about is the Stila One Step. I love this stuff. I know that I've been using it for many years. If you guys have been here for a little while, you know that. We'll do a full face and then I will do very light makeup today. I'm not going to put a whole lot on top of it. I don't want to disrupt it. I want to see how it's going to wear throughout the day, so we will be doing daily check-ins, and I will not be using any powder on top of it because it kind of dries down to a dry powder even though it's an oil. It's very weird. Let me actually give you the claim to fame for this as well before we go ahead and dive in. So this is 0.67 ounces. It is a little bit less than the usual 1 ounce that you get with foundations. It looks like the shade range, it's very weird. It starts at 10, then it jumps to 30, and it's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Why wouldn't there be a 20 first? Secondly, this is the lightest shade. This is number 10 and it looks pretty dark, but again, it is in a frosted glass, so it looks like the Super Drops is a tinted oil, delivers an amazing fresh look and natural coverage, and has jojoba and maracuja oil in it. Okay, so what it says also is that 3 drops is light coverage. So what we're going to do is probably medium coverage, more than 3 drops. And what I'm going to do is brush on this side of my face, and I'm going to do a dry beauty blender on this side. I know that sounds crazy, dry beauty blender, but what I'm going to do, I'm not going to wet it because of the fact that I want to make sure that the product gets onto my skin. And I feel like if it was a wet beauty blender, it would absorb too much product. We are going in with a dry sponge for this particular demonstration, and we're going to see how this goes. Let me grab my brushes. I have my sponge prepped and ready to go. Okay, I'm going to use an oldie but a goodie. This is a Sigma Round Top Kabuki F82. Looks like that. First, I'm going to prep the skin with the One Step. And I didn't do an intro today. I wanted to try something a little different and just hop right into the video. If you like that format better, please let me know in the comments below. Since we're trying new things on this channel, like posting on Sunday, because I had a dentist appointment, I figured we'd try that as well. Dude, I'm scared that I'm gonna get it all over my clothes, but it's fine. I'm not going anywhere today. If I look like a hobo, it's not a big deal. I actually am going to shake this first because it is an oil and I have a feeling that it separates like some foundations, so I'm just gonna shake it real good first. There we go. 1, 2, 3. See, that's thicker than I thought it was going to be. It's a little lighter than I would have expected. When it came out, it was a little bit darker, but it blends out nicely. And 3 drops. Covered my redness too. Blends into my neck nicely, because I do have some redness down here. I know some people were using their fingers to kind of rub it in. I like a brush. I really am weird about sanitary stuff with my fingers. It feels pretty lightweight on my skin too. What? Look at that difference. Like head on. All this redness, totally blocked out. Who knew? With 3 drops. I want to see if the beauty blender is going to give us the same effect. 1, 2, 3. See, that's what I thought it was going to do, start dripping down my face. Do you remember Instagram in 2017 where they were dropping it all over their face? Oh my god. That was a time to be alive, wasn't it? The sponge as much. I feel like it absorbs too much product. especially on this side. What we're gonna do to match this side is do 1 or 2 more drops, just so it matches this side, because it does not give you the same kind of coverage with a sponge. You know what? Since we know that, we're not gonna use that. We're gonna go back in with our brush and just 1 or 2 drops just to block out everything that I wanna block out. So if you're looking for more of a light finish, what I would suggest is going in with a sponge that's dry. And if you're looking for more coverage, go in with a kabuki brush, because that's going to give you more coverage. Because I'm so red, I like a fuller coverage. You can still pare this down, because I went kind of full hog, but I really want you guys to see how this is going to wear all day. It definitely dries down to a powder. So, and I am blocked out. I look dead. What I'm gonna do is do a little bit of makeup, some powder products. I'm not gonna use anything that's liquid, just because most people use powder products, and for the sake of this, I really want to see how it plays. So I'm gonna add a little bit more color to my skin because I am dead. And add some mascara and some brows and stuff, and then we will do a check-in and kind of see how it's going. I will check back in with you in about a couple of hours, probably 2 hours, and see how it's going. But right now it looks great, and it blocked out a lot of the redness. I'm actually quite impressed. I thought it was going to be a tinted moisturizer with an oil base. I didn't think it was going to actually have some coverage. So I am happy so far. I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Hi guys, okay, so I'm back. I went ahead and put on some makeup, and it's starting to build up a little bit around my nose already, and it was breaking up on top of my nose, and I feel like it played well with other products. It didn't disturb it too much, but I am starting to see it kind of get into my lines already, and it's only been about 40 minutes, but yeah, it's starting to kind of get up in my forehead wrinkle and just a little bit around the nose and just break up a little bit, but it did play well with powders. So I went in with the L'Oreal bronzer. I've been loving this. I mean, as of right now, it's looking okay, but I'm gonna do some more check-ins throughout the day. I just wanted to give you an update after the makeup was on and kind of how it played together. I don't know, I think I might have added too much to my skin. If I did 2 drops instead of 3, and then obviously it's still blocked out all of the redness. I mean, a little bit is peeking through. So we'll see, we'll kind of see how it goes throughout the day. I'll check back in with you, and I'll give you a close-up of the makeup. If there is any other issues. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. Okay, bye. Hi everyone, welcome back. So we are doing a check-in, and right now the skin is still looking pretty good on my forehead, but you can see that it's kind of settling in my lines here. My nose, it has broken up like completely on my nose, and that's kind of a telltale sign at that point that it's probably not going to be for me. And it is kind of collecting here, and it's rubbed off on my chin. It's all right. It's not a great product because it is so thin, and it does have quite a bit of coverage like right here. I mean, it's starting to kind of wear off too, and it's a little cakey as well. I don't know if I maybe used too much and that's why it's cakey. It could be, but right now it's kind of like meh, you know what I mean? I would need to use, I think, a more hydrating primer with it, and also I think that by the end of the day, because it's like noon right now, but by the end of the day I think it's probably going to completely rub off, and I'll just be left with kind of remnants of whatever like is left. So we'll see how that goes, and yeah, I'll do another check-in with you in a little bit. Okay, bye. Hi guys, I'm back from my final check-in. My hair is a mess. I'm going to be braiding this because I'm going to the pool to do some laps after like 6 o'clock-ish, and I wanted to let you guys see what the makeup looked like now. As you can see, it is completely rubbed off on my nose, around my face, my chin, this cheek. It's rubbed off a little bit, and it is settling in those lines. I will bring you a little bit closer so you can see. So you can see here it is completely broken up. It looks really cakey as well. You can see my fine lines underneath here where I smile. My forehead, it is not great, and the chin. So you can see all that, all the redness, and it's super cakey. It is cling to all my dry spots. The Danessa Myricks balm that we tried a few videos ago, it's giving me that vibe. is not really doing much for me. Not really impressed by it, so this is definitely not something I would recommend. I mean, I think people with oilier skin, it might be really good for, especially if you're really oily, but I'm more on the drier side and it's like just clinging to everything. So I'm going to wash this off and I'm going to go to the pool and do some laps and forget about this foundation because it's not great. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you found value in this. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like, give it a subscribe, and we will be doing a lot more foundation reviews. So if that's something that you're interested in or other reviews, please go ahead and leave a comment down below. Other than that, I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video.